Hi, welcome to this Corbettmaths video. In this video, we're going to look at the video solutions to the expanded two brackets practice questions. And in this particular video, we're going to look at using the grid, or some people call it the box method. So let's get started. Okay, let's have a look at our first question. So our first question asks us to expand and simplify y plus 3, close brackets, y plus 5, close brackets. So if you're using a grid, you set out a grid like this, where you do your box and you've got your two lines across it like so. And then we're writing our y plus 3, so we're going to write y, and then we're going to write plus 3 above the second box. So y and then plus 3. And then our y plus 5, we're going to write y and then plus 5. And I'm keeping the pluses in because it's quite useful, particularly later whenever we're dealing with negatives and so on, to make sure that we get the right term for our answer, whether it's positive or negative. So y times y. Well, y times y is y squared. So we write that inside our box here. Now our next box here, we've got y times 3, or y times positive 3. Well, y times positive 3 would be positive 3y, or plus 3y. So let's write that down, plus 3y. Then we've got y times 5. So y times 5 would be positive 5, or plus 5y. And then finally, we've got 5 times 3, positive 5 times positive 3 would be positive 15, so plus 15. Now we just write out our answer. So we've got y squared in that box, plus 3y, plus 5y, plus 15. And then we look for any like terms. So we've got 3y and 5y. Well, 3y plus 5y is 8y. So answer would be y squared plus 8y plus 15. And that's it. So y squared plus 8y plus 15. Okay, let's look at our next question, question number 2. So question number 2, again, setting up our grid. We've got our grid, we've got our x plus 5, so x and then plus 5. And then in our next bracket, we've got x minus 1, so we're going to write x, and then down here, minus 1. So x times x is x squared. X times positive 5 will be positive 5x, so plus 5x. And then next in this box, well, we've got negative 1 times x. Well, negative times a positive is a negative, and 1 times x is x, so answer would be minus x, or negative 1x, like so. And then finally in this box, we've got negative 1 times 5, well, negative times a positive is a negative, and 1 times 5 is 5, so that would be negative 5 there. So we've got our four boxes, now we just need to write it out, so x squared plus 5x minus 5. And let's collect our like terms. So we've got x squared plus 5x minus x, or minus 1x. Well, 5x's take away 1x would be 4x. So that would be x squared plus 4x minus 5. So that's our answer. X squared plus 4x minus 5. Okay, our next question. Our next question, we've been asked to expand and simplify w minus 2, w minus 7. So we've got w, negative 2, or minus 2, w minus 7, or negative 7. So we put our w there, our negative 2 there, our w there, and our negative 7 there. And now we just need to multiply it. So w times w is w squared. W times negative 2 would be negative 2w. W times negative 7 would be negative 7w. And then negative 2 times negative 7, well, negative times a negative is a positive, and 7 times 2 is 14, so plus 14. And now let's just write that out. W squared minus 2w minus 7w plus 14. So here we've got negative 2w, take away another 7w. So if you had minus 2 and you take away another 7, you'd get minus 9. So the answer would be w squared minus 9w plus 14. So that's our answer, w squared minus 9w plus 14. Okay, let's have a look at our next question, question number 4. So question number 4, we've been asked to expand and simplify x minus 10, so x negative 10 or minus 10, and then in brackets x plus 3, so x and then positive 3 or plus 3. So let's multiply to find what goes inside the grid. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 10 would be negative 10x. X times 3 will be 3x, or positive 3x. And then negative 10 times 3, well, negative times a positive is a negative, and 10 times 3 is 30. So that would be negative 30. Negative 10 times 3 is negative 30. And let's write that out. So x squared minus 10x plus 3x minus 30. And then just collect our like terms. Well, minus 10 plus 3 would bring you back up to minus 7. So the answer would be x squared minus 7x minus 30. So that's our answer, x squared minus 7x minus 30. Okay, question number 5. So question number 5, we've been asked to expand and simplify x minus 4, or x negative 4, and then x plus 6, x plus 6. And let's multiply to find what goes inside our grid. So x times x is x squared. X times minus 4x would be minus 4x. X times 6, or positive 6, would be plus 6x. And then negative 4 times positive 6, well, negative times a positive is a negative, and 4 times 6 is 24. So then our answer would be x squared minus 4x plus 6x minus 24. And then here we've got our minus 4x plus 6x. Well, minus 4 plus 6 would bring you up to 2, because minus 4 plus 4 is 0, plus another 2 would bring you to 2. So we've got x squared plus 2x minus 24. So that's our answer, x squared plus 2x minus 24. Okay, question number 6. Okay, question number 6. We've been asked to expand and simplify x minus 3, x plus 3. So x and then minus 3, x and then plus 3. So x times x is x squared, so x squared. Then we've got x times minus 3. Well, x times minus 3 will be minus 3x. X times plus 3 will be plus 3x. And then we've got negative 3 times 3. Well, negative times a positive is a negative, and then 3 times 3 is 9. So we've got x squared minus 3x plus 3x minus 9. Now let's collect our like terms. So we've got our minus 3x plus 3x. Well, minus 3x plus 3x is 0. So that means that we would have x squared, and then that becomes 0, and then we've just got minus 9. So the answer is x squared minus 9. Okay, our next question, question number 7. So question number 7, we've been asked to expand and simplify x minus 7 squared. So what that means is we're multiplying the bracket by itself. So we've got x minus 7, and then we've got x minus 7. And we need to expand our bracket, so we're going to write down x minus 7 here, and then we're going to write down another x minus 7. So in terms of our grid, x times x is x squared. X times minus 7 will be minus 7x. X times minus 7 will be minus 7x again. And minus 7, or negative 7 times negative 7, will be positive, so plus, and then 7 times 7 is 49. So then we'd have x squared minus 7x plus 49. And then we've got to simplify our like terms. So minus 7x, take away another 7x would be minus 14x. So our answer would be x squared minus 14x plus 49. So let's write that down. X squared minus 14x plus 49. Okay, question number 8. So question number 8 says expand and simplify 2y plus 1, y plus 3. So our first bracket, 2y plus 1, and then our second bracket, y plus 3. So 2y times y, well, 2y times y will be 2y squared. And then we've got y times 1, so that's going to be plus 1y or plus y. Then we've got 2y times 3. So 2y times 3, well, 2 times 3 is 6, so that's going to be plus 6y. And then finally, 1 times 3 would be plus 3. So writing that out would give us 2y squared plus y plus 6y plus 3. Collecting our like terms, y plus 6y would be 7y's, because 1y plus 6y is 7y, so that would be 2y squared plus 7y plus 3. So that's 2y squared plus 7y plus 3. Okay, question number 9. So question number 9. Question number 9 says expand and simplify 4x plus 1, so 4x plus 1, and then 3x minus 5, or negative 5. So 3x times 4x, so that'll be 12, and then x squared. 3x times 1, that's going to be plus 3x. 4x times minus 5, well, that's going to be 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times minus 5 would be minus 20, and then x. And then finally, we've got minus 5 times positive 1. Well, negative times a positive is a negative, and 1 times 5 is 5. So that means we would have 12x squared plus 3x minus 20x minus 5. Collecting our like terms, we'd have 12x squared. 3x take away 20x, that's minus 17x. Then we've got our minus 5. So that's our answer. 12x squared minus 17x minus 5. Okay, question number 10. So question number 10 says expand and simplify 3x minus 2, and then in brackets 2x plus 3. So 3x minus 2, and then we've got 2x plus 3. So let's multiply terms together to find what goes inside the grid. So 2x times 3x, well, 2 times 3 is 6, and then we've got x times x is x squared. Minus 2 times 2x, well, 2 times minus 2 is minus 4, x, minus 4x. 3x times 3, well, it's going to be 3 times 3 is 9, so it's going to be plus 9x. And then we've got negative 2 times 3, well, a negative times a positive is a negative, and 2 times 3 is 6. So that would give us 6x squared minus 4x plus 9x minus 6. Minus 4x plus 9x, well, minus 4 plus 9 is equal to 5, so it's going to be 6x squared plus 5x minus 6. So 6x squared plus 5x minus 6. Okay, question number 11. So question number 11, we've been asked to expand and simplify 5y minus 1 and y minus 2. So we've got our grid, and we've got our 5y times y. Well, 5y times y would be 5y squared. Then we've got y times minus 1. Well, it's going to be minus y or minus 1y. Then we've got 5y times negative 2. Well, positive times a negative is a negative. And then 5y times 2 would be 10y, so that would be minus 10y. And then finally, we've got minus 2 times minus 1. Well, negative times a negative is a positive, and 2 times 1 is 2. So we've got 5y squared minus y minus 10y plus 2. And then if we collect our like terms, we've got minus 1y, take away another 10y, so that'd be minus 11y. So that'd be 5y squared minus 11y plus 2. So that's our answer, 5y squared minus 11y plus 2. So question number 12, we've been asked to expand and simplify 7x minus 20 and 9x minus 10. So 7x times 9x, well 7 times 9 is 63, so it's going to be 63x squared. We've then got minus 20 times 9x. Well, a negative times a positive is a negative, and then 20 times 9 is 180x. Now we've got 7x times minus 10, so well, positive times a negative is a negative, 7 times 10 is 70x. And then finally, negative 20 times negative 10, well, negative times a negative is a positive, and 20 times 10 is 200. So that means we would have 63x squared minus 180x minus 70x plus 200. And then collecting our like terms, we've got minus 180x take away 70x. Well, if we had minus 180 and we took away another 70, that would bring us down to minus 250. So that would be 63x squared minus 250x plus 200. And that's our answer, 63x squared minus 250x plus 200. Okay, question number 13. So question number 13, we've been asked to expand and simplify 2x plus 5 squared. So that means we're multiplying the bracket by itself because it's squared. So we've got 2x plus 5, 2x plus 5. So that's 2x plus 5 and 2x plus 5. So 2x times 2x, well 2 times 2 is 4, and then x times x is x squared. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared. Then we've got 2x times 5, so that's going to be positive, and then we've got 2 times 5 is 10x. Now we've got 2x times 5, so again, a positive times a positive is a positive. 2 times 5 is 10x. And finally, 5 times 5 is going to be 25 or plus 25. So that would be 4x squared plus 10x plus 10x plus 25. And collecting our like terms here in the middle, that would give us 4x squared, 10x plus 10x is plus 20x plus 25. And that's our answer. Okay, question number 14, we've been asked to expand and simplify 4x minus 3 squared. So again, that means 4x minus 3 times 4x minus 3. So we'll line that up, 4x minus 3, 4x minus 3. So 4x times 4x, well 4 times 4 is 16, so that's going to be 16x squared. Now we've got a positive times a negative, so it's going to be negative. 3 times 4 is 12x, so 3x times 4x is minus 12x. Now we've got 4x times minus 3. Well, a positive times a negative is a negative. 4 times 3 is 12, and then x, because 4x times minus 3 will be minus 12x. And finally, negative 3 times a negative 3. Well, negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 3 is 9. So it would give us 16x squared minus 12x plus 9. Now, collecting our like terms would give us 16x squared minus 12, take away 12, that's going to be minus 24x plus 9. So that's our answer, 16x squared minus 24x plus 9. Okay, question number 15. So question number 15 says, a rectangle is shown below. So here we've got a rectangle. Its length is x plus 9 centimeters. Its width is x minus 1 centimeters. And we've been asked to form an expression for the area of the rectangle. So we need to multiply the length and the width together. So we need to work out x plus 9 multiplied by x minus 1 to find the area of a rectangle, the length multiplied by the width. So it's going to be x plus 9 and x minus 1. So x times x is x squared. X times positive 9 will be plus 9x. X times negative 1 would be negative 1x or negative x. And then finally, 9 times negative 1, well, it's a positive times a negative, so it's negative, and 9 times 1 would be 9, so it's going to be negative 9. So it would be x squared plus 9x minus x minus 9. And then collecting our like terms would give us 9x, take away x would be 8x. So it's going to be x squared plus 8x minus 9. And that's it. Okay, question number 16. So in question number 16, we've been given rectangle A, B, C, D, and we've got its length is x plus 7, its width is x plus 2, and we've been told its area of this rectangle is 230 centimeters squared. And we've got to show that x squared plus 9x is equal to 216. So we want to find the area of this rectangle. So if we want to find the area of this rectangle, what we need to do is we need to multiply the length by the width. So length times width is x plus 7 multiplied by x plus 2. And that would give us the area of the rectangle. And then we know it's equal to 230, so we can then write it's equal to 230, and then hopefully we'll get this. Now I haven't actually set up a grid in this question because the diagram is actually a grid for us. We've got our x plus 7 and we've got our x plus 2. So x times x is x squared, x times 7 would be plus 7x, x times 2 would be plus 2x, and then 7 times 2 would be plus 14. So the area of this rectangle would be x squared plus 7x plus 2x plus 14. And then if we collect our like terms, so our 7x plus 2x is 9x, so that would give us x squared plus 9x plus 14. So that is the area of this rectangle. And that's equal to 230. So we're going to then write equal to 230. So then that's the area is equal to 230. But we want it to be x squared plus 9x equals 216. Now if you notice, the left hand side of what we're trying to show doesn't have the plus 14. So let's take away 14 and take away 14 from both sides of our equation. So on our left hand side we'd be left with x squared plus 9x. And then on the right hand side we'd have 230, take away 14 would be 216. And that's it, we've shown it. Fantastic. Okay, question number 17. We've been asked to expand and simplify 3 plus g, 5 minus g. So our first bracket, 3 plus g, and then our second bracket, 5 minus g. So let's find out what goes in our grid. 15. 5 times plus g would be plus 5g. Negative g times 3 would be negative 3g. And then finally, negative g times positive g. Well, negative times a positive is a negative, and g times g is g squared. So that would give us 15 plus 5g minus 3g minus g squared. So that's what we get whenever we expand our brackets. Now we need to simplify. We've got 5g take away 3g. Well, 5g take away 3g is 2g. So that's going to be 15 plus 2g minus g squared. So that's our answer, 15 plus 2g minus g squared. Okay, our next question. Question number 18. Mika correctly expands and simplifies 2x plus 11, close brackets, x minus 3. And we've been asked to circle the term that is part of his answer. So let's expand his brackets and see what he got. So we've got 2x plus 11, and we've got x minus 3. So 2x times x, well, that would be 2x squared. Then we've got positive 11 times x, that's going to be plus 11x. Then we've got 2x times negative 3. Well, a positive times a negative is a negative, and 3 times 2x is 6x. That'd be negative 6x. And then negative 3 times 11, what's going to be positive times a negative is a negative, and 11 times 3 is 33. So it's going to be negative 33. So that would give us 2x squared plus 11x minus 6x minus 33. Now we've got 11x's take away 6x's, so that'll be 5x's. So it's 2x squared plus 5x minus 33. And we've been asked to circle the term that is part of his answer. So we're looking at the x term here, so this term here, and you can see it's plus 5x or 5x's. So the answer would be 5x. It's not 8x, it's not negative 5x, it is 5x, and it's not negative 8x. Okay, question number 19. So question number 19, we've been asked to expand and simplify y squared plus y, and then y plus 3. So let's fill out our grid and see what we get. So we've got y squared times y. So that's y times y times y, which is y cubed. We've then got plus, and then y times y is y squared. We've then got y squared times 3, so that's going to be plus and then 3y squared. And then finally, we've got 3 times y, so that's going to be plus 3y. And let's write that out. So we've got y cubed plus y squared plus 3y squared plus 3y. We've got two terms that have got y squared, so let's add those together. Let's collect those like terms. We've got 1y squared plus 3y squared, that's 4y squared. So that's y cubed plus 4y squared plus 3y. And that's it. So y cubed plus 4y squared plus 3y. Okay, question number 20. We've been given w plus 3, close brackets, times w plus 4, close brackets, plus w plus 2, close brackets, times w plus 7, close brackets. So let's expand each of these, so let's multiply them using our grids, and then what we'll do is we'll add them together at the end and we'll add our answer. So we've got w plus 3 and w plus 4, and in this bracket we've got w plus 2 and w plus 7. So for this grid, our first pair of brackets, we've got w times w is w squared, and w times 3 would be plus 3w. Next, we've got w times 4, so that'll be plus 4w, and we've got 3 times 4, which would be plus 12. So expanding our first pair of brackets would give us w squared plus 4w plus 3w plus 12. 4w plus 3w is 7w, so that's w squared plus 7w plus 12. So that's what we get when we expand our first pair of brackets. Now our next pairs of brackets, so we've got w plus 2, and we're timesing it by w plus 7. So w times w is w squared. W times 2 would be plus 2w, w times 7 would be plus 7w, and 2 times 7 is plus 14. So that would be w squared plus 2w plus 7w plus 14. And adding them together, the w terms would be w squared plus 9w plus 14. Now we've been asked to add these together, so we're going to add this together, so we're going to get w squared plus 7w plus 12 plus w squared plus 9w plus 14. So w plus w is 2w squared, and 7w plus 9w is plus 16w, and 12 plus 14 is plus 26. Okay, question number 21. So in question 21, we've been asked to expand and simplify 3y minus 5 times y plus 4, close brackets, and then we've got minus y minus 3, brackets, y minus 5. So let's set that out. 3y minus 5, y plus 4, then our other brackets, y minus 3, and then y minus 5. So let's fill in our grids and see what we get. So 3y times y would be 3y squared. Y times minus 5 would be minus 5y. 3y times 4, well 3 times 4 is 12, so plus 12y. And then finally a positive times a negative is a negative, and 5 times 4 is 20, so minus 20. So that would be 3y squared. We've then got plus 12y minus 5y minus 20. And then 12y take away 5y would be 7y, so that's 3y squared plus 7y minus 20. So that's what we get when we expand our first pair of brackets. So the next pair of brackets, we've got y minus 3, and then we've got y minus 5. So y times y is y squared. Y times minus 3 would be minus 3y. Y times minus 5 would be minus 5y. And a negative times a negative, negative 5 times a negative 3 would be positive 15. So that would give us y squared minus 5y minus 3y plus 15. And then if we collect our like terms here, we're going to get y squared minus 5y take away 3y would be minus 8y plus 15. Okay, now if we go back up to our question, we've got to be careful here. If we just get what we get when we expand our brackets, whenever we use our grids, and we just put a subtract here, we're going to get the wrong answer. Because we've been asked to subtract all of this, so we're subtracting all of this from y squared plus 7y minus 20. So we're subtracting everything. We can't just subtract the y squared, we're going to subtract the minus 8y, and we're going to subtract the 15 as well. So let's see what we get. So we've got 3y squared subtract y squared. So 3y squared subtract y squared would be 2y squared. That bit's quite straightforward. Now we've got 7y subtract minus 8y. We're subtracting a negative, we're minusing minus 8y. Now whenever you subtract a minus number, you actually go back up. So for instance, if you minus 1, that's the same as adding 1. So we've got 7y minus 8y. So that's going to be the same as 7y plus 8y, which would be plus 15y. And then finally, we've got minus 20, take away 15. Well, minus 20, take away 15, we'll go down another 15, so it'll be minus 35. So the answer would be 2y squared plus 15y minus 35. And that's it. Okay, question number 22. So in question number 22, we've been asked to expand and simplify 4y squared plus 5, close brackets, and then in open brackets, 2y plus 1, close brackets. And then we're going to subtract 3y, and then open brackets, y squared minus 6, close brackets. So we need to expand these brackets, we need to multiply these brackets, and then take away. So we've got 4y squared plus 5, and then we've got 2y plus 1. And then our second brackets, we've got y squared minus 6, and then we've got our 3y, and we're going to subtract whatever we get from this answer. So let's find out what goes in our grid. So 4y squared times 2y, so 4 times 2 is 8, and then we've got y squared times y, so that's y cubed. Now we've got 2y times 5, so that's going to be plus 10y. Then we've got 4y squared times 1, so that's going to be plus 4y squared. And then we've got 5 times 1, so that's going to be plus 5. So writing out what we've got in our grid, we would have 8y cubed plus 4y squared plus 10y plus 5. And we don't have any like terms here, so that's that bit done. Now this bracket, y squared times 3y, well that's going to be 3y cubed, because y times y is y cubed. And then we've got minus 6 times 3y, well negative times a positive is a negative, 6 times 3 is 18y. So whenever we multiply this bracket, we get 3y cubed take away 18y. Now we've got to take away all of this. So we're going to take away all of this. So let's see what we get. So we've got 8y cubed, take away 3y cubed. So that's 5y cubed. We've then got 4y squared because we're not adding or taking away anything from the 4y squared, so plus 4y squared. We've then got 10y minus 18y. So that's going to be the same as 10y plus 18y because we're minus and minus 18y. So 10y plus 18y would be plus 28y. And then finally, we've got our plus 5. So that's it, we're done. Our answer would be 5y cubed plus 4y squared plus 28y plus 5. Okay, question number 23. So question number 23, we've been given that x plus c times x plus d is equivalent to x squared plus px plus 72. So c, d and p are numbers we're trying to find. And we're told that the number c is twice the value for the number d, and we're to work out the two possible values for p. So in other words, if we were to expand these brackets and we were to get this value for p, there's two possible values for p we can find, and we're to find what those values would be. Okay, so let's first of all start off by expanding our brackets. So x plus c and x plus d. So x times x is x squared. X times c, well, that's going to be positive, and then cx, so cx. Then we've got our x times our d, so plus dx. And then finally, we've got c times d, so plus cd. So that would give us x squared plus cx plus dx plus cd. And remember that c and d are numbers, so that's going to be x squared plus so many lots of x plus so many lots of x plus, and then whatever c times d is. Now if we have a look at this, we've got our x squared term, yep. We've got our cx plus dx, so when we add those together, that'll give us px, so c plus d must be equal to p. And then finally, we've got cd and 72. So that means that c times d, these two numbers times together, will be 72. And we're told that the value for c is twice the value of d. So we want to find two numbers that times together to give us 72, where one of the numbers is double the other number. So for instance, if c was equal to 72 and d was equal to 1, the times together to be 72, but c is more than twice the value for d. So c is actually much bigger than twice the value for d. Okay, let's try 36 and 2. Well, again, that's 18 times bigger, so no. So let's move the numbers closer together. Let's try 12 and 6. 12 times 6 is 72, and c is twice the value for d. So that means that one possible pair of numbers for c and d would be 12 and 6. So if we do x plus 12 and x plus 6, and we expand those brackets, then that will tell us what our value for p could be. So let's do that and see what we get. So we've got x plus 12 and x plus 6. So x times x is x squared. X times 12 will be plus 12x. X times 6 will be plus 6x. And 6 times 12 will be plus 72. So that would give us x squared plus 6x plus 12x plus 72. So collecting our like terms, 6x plus 12x is 18x. That would give us x squared plus 18x plus 72. And if we go back up to our question, that's x squared, yes, we've got our 72, yes, and the value for p would be 18. As you can see, there's an 18 in front of our x. So one possible value for x is 18. Okay, our other possible value for x. So we have got two numbers that times together to give us 72. Now this was one pair of numbers, but remember a negative times a negative would also equal a positive, because a negative times a negative is a positive as well. So could we have negative 12 and negative 6? Well, negative 12 times negative 6 is 72, and negative 12 is twice negative 6. If you double negative 6, you do get negative 12. So that's it. So that's another possible pair of values for c and d. C could be negative 12 and d could be negative 6. So let's see what we get if we expanded those brackets. So we could also have x minus 12 and x minus 6. And let's see what that gives us. So x minus 12, x minus 6. X times x is x squared. X times a negative 12 would be negative 12x. X times a negative 6 would be negative 6x. And negative 12 times a negative 6 would be positive 72. So if we write that out, we get x squared minus 6x minus 12x plus 72. So we've got the x squared part, which is great, and the plus 72 part, which is great. Let's have a look at these terms in the middle. We've got minus 6x, take away 12x. So if we've got negative 6 and we go down another 12, that'll be negative 18. So x squared minus 18x plus 72. So that means that p could also be equal to negative 18. So there's our two possible values for p. Okay, and our last question. Okay, let's have a look at question number 24. So we've got this shape, it's a T-shape, and we're told the area of the shape is shown above is A. So the area of this whole shape is A. So we find its area, it's A. And we've been asked to show that the area is equal to 10x squared plus 26x minus 9. So we need to find the area of this shape. So it's a T-shape, so I'm going to cut it into two rectangles. So I'm going to find the area of this rectangle on the top, so this rectangle 1. So this rectangle 1, and then I'm going to find the area of this rectangle is rectangle 2, and then add them together, and then put that equal to A, the area of the whole shape. And hopefully we'll get this answer. So the area of this rectangle on the top, its length is 4x plus 9, its width is x minus 1, so let's write that down. So 4x plus 9 times x minus 1. And if we multiply that out, that'll be the area of this top rectangle, rectangle 1. So that's 4x plus 9, and down here we've got x minus 1. So 4x times x is 4x squared. 9 times x would be plus 9x. 4x times minus 1 would be minus 4x. And 9 times minus 1 would be minus 9. So that would be 4x squared. And then we've got plus 9x minus 4x minus 9. And then if we collect our like terms, so that will give us 4x squared. 9x, take away 4x would be plus 5x, and then we've got minus 9. So the area of rectangle 1, this rectangle, is 4x squared plus 5x minus 9. So that's the area of that rectangle. Rectangle 2. So this rectangle, we know its length. Its length is 3x, but we don't know its width, so we need to find the width of this rectangle. But if we have a look for the width of the whole shape, the width of the whole shape is 4x plus 9. And we've got this is x, and this is x plus 2. So x plus 2 plus this must be equal to 4x plus 9. So we just need to find out what we would need to add to x and x plus 2 to get 4x plus 9. So we've got x plus x is 2x, so we need another 2x to get 4x, so it must be 2x. And then we've got plus 2, but we want plus 9, so it'd have to be plus 7. So that means the width of this rectangle would be 2x plus 7. And let's just check it. X plus 2x is 3x, plus x is 4x, and then we've got 7 plus 2 is 9. So that is the width for that rectangle. So if we multiply the length by the width, we'll get the area of rectangle 2. So that's going to be 2x plus 7 times 3x. So that's going to be 3x times 2x plus 7. And we can set up our grid, so we can do our grid. We've got our 3x and our 2x plus 7, and see what we get. So to start off with, we've got 2x times 3x. Well, 2 times 3 is 6, so 6x squared. And then 7 times 3x will be plus 21x. So the area of this rectangle would be 6x squared plus 21x. So shape A is what we get when we add together the area of rectangle 1, so this, plus the area of rectangle 2, which is this. So let's write that down. 4x squared plus 5x minus 9 plus 6x squared plus 21x. 4x squared, so A equals 4x squared plus 6x squared is 10x squared. 5x plus 21x would be plus 26x, and then we've got our minus 9. And that's it. We were asked to show that A equals 10x squared plus 26x minus 9, and we've shown it. So that's it. So these have been the video solutions to the expanded 2 brackets practice questions using the grid method. If you prefer expanding the brackets by just looking at the brackets and multiplying everything in the first bracket by everything in the other brackets and so on, there's another video on that also. I hope you found these video solutions useful. If you have, please like it and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.